Going back to our earlier story, opposition parties are planning a national day of action on the 12th of April to force President Jacob Zuma out of office. Now, the day will coincide with the president's 75th birthday. Now, joining us in the studio is EFF spokesperson Ndlozi. Very good afternoon to you, Ndlozi. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, what's your overall impression of yesterday's protest marches?
I thought you'd wait for me to say thank you and good morning.
Well, you can say that.
Your question is?
What is your overall impression of yesterday's marches?
Look, we're very proud of the people of South Africa for coming out in their numbers to voice their dissatisfaction against Zuma's regime. It's important for our democracy. It's important for the type of mismanagement and economic crisis that Zuma has put us in, that our people know that the battles have to be taken to the streets. That's number one. But we want to condemn the political intolerance that was demonstrated by ANC hooligans. You know, the ANC is known to be bloodthirsty for innocent people. They are always going for easy and soft targets. Innocent. What does the people who say they were trained in the camps come out to attack ordinary South Africans? Right. Why? Is because they are very used to attacking innocent people. The ANC killed more innocent black people in the camps as well as in the townships during apartheid and the liberation struggle than it did the army and police forces of the apartheid murderous regime. And they're continuing to do that, to be so easy, but now they're offending the democratic and fundamental rights that South Africans enjoy, that they claim to have brought to our country simply to protect one man. We must condemn that in the strongest sense, but be very proud that our people came out despite the threats, including by the SABC. You will know that the SABC were prepared to suppress the march in Pretoria that was properly applied for. But the ANC never applied for any gathering, but they were not even arrested, not even a single one of them. Gathering solely for the purpose of offending the fundamental rights, the constitutional rights of ordinary South Africans to voice their dissatisfaction.
Now, yesterday's marches have been branded as a coup and actually undermining South Africa's democratic state.
No, they are a response to a coup. The coup that happened is that our country is being run by a family called the Guptas, who are the business partners of Jacob Zuma, which must be embarrassing to a people who call themselves the liberation movement, to stand and protect and continue through every hooliganism to protect that particular coup. No. The people who came out to the streets, who are going to come out on the streets on the 12th, who are going to come out on the streets on the 18th, they are responding to a coup, which is our country is now being run by a Gupta family that nobody elected.
Now, most people, if not all, actually expected to see all the towns being painted red, but then we didn't see any of those marches or any of those people, the EFF members, painting the town red. And as you've chatted before, off camera, you did say that your structures did attend the marches, but then one may argue that you are now organizing your own march on Wednesday the 12th, and one may argue that you actually want to shine by consequence, isn't it?
No, the march on the 12th, that will be a misplaced view. The march on the 12th is not being organized by the EFF. It's organized by all opposition parties, members of the civil society, including some of the civil society groups that were involved with the Friday march. So it's not the first, we're involved in a process of rolling mass action. We're not going to stop until the thief gets out of the highest office in the land. So don't isolate the EFF. On Wednesday, you won't only see the EFF. And moving forward, you won't only see the EFF, because this has become a matter of South Africans, including yourself.
But why on President Zuma's birthday?
Well, the birthdays are times in which we question our reason of existence. We want him to question his reason for existence, particularly existence in the highest office in the land. We're not happy that he exists, particularly in the highest office in the land. So we are going to make sure that on his birthday, that message is loud and clear. The man has to step down.
Let's now discuss the feasibility of the motion of no confidence. Now, we do know that the EFF and the Democratic Alliance combined, they don't form the majority of the party. So many motion of no confidence have been filed previously and failed. What makes you think this one will succeed?
Well, look, we are counting on the consciences of the ANC people that the interpretations, their initial interpretation that the cabinet reshuffle was developed elsewhere and not by a democratically elected party should stand. Kgalema Motlanthe wrote on the Daily Maverick 2 days ago that if ANC members of parliament vote in favor of the motion to remove Zuma, they will not be violating any of the constitutions of the ANC or any of the rules of the ANC. This is a man that was the Secretary General. This is the man that presided over many rules that the ANC itself runs by. So we are counting on the consciences of those individuals. They took an oath of office. They did not swear faithfulness to the constitution of the ANC by being in parliament. In parliament, they swear faithfulness to the constitution of the Republic of South Africa. And as far as that constitution is concerned, Jacob Zuma has violated it. And if they care about that oath of office that they've taken, if they care and are committed to their democratic values, they should remove the man. They should join us in correcting that wrong. We're not calling for the ANC to be removed. So
you are heeding, so you're asking them to heed to your call to vote by conscience.
We're asking them to
feasible?
do. We're asking. Well, it is, because I mean these are matters of conscience. If they are not matters of conscience, then we're in trouble. If those people are just empty gongs and they don't have consciences, then we're in trouble. They've got to have consciences as activists, as leaders, as well as members of parliament. And what we are appealing for is that the veterans Kgalema Motlanthe are saying to all of us, let us remove Zuma. Let us heed to that call. If you cannot heed to the opposition call, at least heed to the veterans who negotiated this democracy that we enjoy today.
Now, the decision to force him out of office only rests in the hands of 50 ANC MPs. I mean, this sounds like a pipe dream. It essentially means that a minority wants to push the majority out of office.
No. President Zuma is not the majority. That's very important for us to understand. He's an individual. So our democratic system is very simple. You break the law, you're not allowed to hold public office, whether it be as a councillor, as a member of parliament, or as a president. So they must avoid impeachment. Impeachment is a disciplinary proceeding. They must avoid that embarrassing cause where we have to remove him and strip him of all the benefits, and do the honorable thing, remove him from office. That is the opportunity they are getting on the 18th of April. It is to remove Zuma respectably, honorably out of that seat and put whoever that they want, for he has violated the constitution. Okay,
let's now go back a bit to the march that we've planned on Wednesday. Why proceed with that march when a vote of no confidence will be filed on the 18th of April?
Well, because that's what must happen. We've got to make sure that we demonstrate that this call is beyond the opposition. That's what the people's marches as well yesterday were about. It's not about members of parliament. It's about this single individual called Zuma. It's not even about the ANC. So the ANC must stop thinking it's about them. It's about the individual that has broken the constitution, that now runs the country through the instructions of the Guptas, which is not an elected structure by anybody for that matter. So Wednesday, it's about demonstrations that this is a South African call that we have to do because we love South Africa than we love our single and individual political parties. That is what the call is about. So we are demonstrating to send that message loud and clear, and we'll do so until the man steps down. They must expect that we'll roll out, including boycotts, stayaways,
we haven't
and
got
many
much
other
time, unfortunately, but then in 10 seconds, what do you think the outcome of the motion will be?
We are hoping and crossing our fingers, together with all South Africans who will be on the streets, that it will lead to the resolution of the only problem that we have all found common ground on, that is the removal of Zuma.
All right. Mr. Ndlozi, EFF spokesperson, it's been a pleasure chatting to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Well, that was EFF spokesperson Ndlozi just briefing us about the planned march on the 12th of April, this coming Wednesday, to force President Zuma out of office.